Today I'm taking Engine Joe to look at buying a vintage mechanic's toolbox. We'll take a look at that and maybe buy it. But on the way, a breakdown has me pull off the side of the road. The speedometer starts freaking out. So, in the second segment, I'll figure out the problem and repair it. Let's get right to it. So here's where my speedometer starts going crazy. Look at the bottom of the screen. I'm driving along, taking some shots of the open road, and whoa! All of a sudden my speedometer is going nuts. There it goes. Something going on there for sure. I am not doing a million miles an hour. I'm not doing 80. Something going on with the teeth on that speedometer where it's hooked up either here at the, there it goes, making some noise too. I'll have to check it out. I'm pulling over. Yeah, something's making it spin like crazy. I'll have to check it out. Fun, fun, fun when you go on a road trip in an old truck. Yeah, so it looks like it's, well, the speedometer cable on the gauge side was fine. So here, there it is. I don't know. I might have stripped the thread there in the little gear that's inside there, but I can't tell. I don't have any tools with me on the road. I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect it at the speedometer, the cable at the gauge, and then just go ahead and keep running. It's no big deal. Okay, I'm over at Bobby's house, and she's offered me this great toolbox. Oh my goodness, this thing's been through the wars. Look at all the stickers. That's great. She offered me a steal on it. I cannot refuse it. What a great toolbox. Is that a Craftsman?
Yes.
Yep, Craftsman, she says. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I'm not putting her on camera. Let's see. What a good looking, Bobby, is that vintage? I mean, is that like 80s, 70s?
Probably before the 80s, yeah. I think
really, that's great. And then she surprised me with this compressor. The air compressor it's an old Craftsman. Looks like it's actually newer.
It is. It's about 10 years old.
Right. She offered me a deal I couldn't refuse on it too. So eventually when I paint Engine Joe, who's over there, I'm going to use that compressor to paint. And then she offered in a bunch of freebies. I gave her a couple of bucks for these drill bits, and I am just stoked. This is a great haul. Thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome.
There it is. Dated 1974, made in USA. That's great. Cutting in on the road trip video, the speedometer problem. I thought that the problem would be a gear on the transmission side or the gears on the speedometer side, the speedometer itself maybe even. But the guys online recommend that it's probably just the cable. They said they've seen this problem where the speedometer jumps around higher than the regular RPM, and that that's caused by the speedometer cable binding, that it's too dry in there, that it's causing it to rotate incorrectly. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. It's an easy fix, probably the easiest one I could do and the cheapest one as well. So I'm going to try that and see what happens. Okay, I think I found the problem. Let me grab the camera. Okay, see the cable? That's the speedometer cable, and I went to clean it up, and I started cleaning it, and look at that. Yeah, I don't know. Is that metal fatigue? Just because it's old, but it's getting contaminants in there. That cable is shot. So, I mean, even if it's something else, I got to replace that cable. So there's my solution. Problem solved. Okay, back of the speedometer where the cable goes in. Speedometer cable. Goes to the firewall. See if I can get a shot of that. And out. Speedometer cable on the firewall in the engine side. I'm going to need to measure this thing. That's why I'm going ahead and taking it out now. It goes down to a clip here. Looks like another clip down in here, and then down to the transmission. I'll pull it off from there. And there it is. Okay, it's out. Look at that gear. That thing's nice. That is not the problem. This is. Yeah, that cable's shot. Okay, the new one is in. We'll take the gear off the old cable. That little C-clip comes off. It goes on to the new one. Just like that. Okay, that speedometer's working great. It was the cable, that was the fix. And in regards to getting all those tools, yeah, this ended up being a really good haul. I ended up getting the air compressor and the toolbox all for about $80. So, time to unload. You don't need to see any of that. So, I'll go ahead and sign off now. Please subscribe to the channel if you like what you're seeing. And hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get updates whenever I put out new videos. That's it. Thank you for watching.